We're talking hormones and we're talking fats. If you grew up like me in the 1960s and 1970s, you may be under the illusion, or you may be laboring under an illusion that fats are somehow bad for you. Nothing could be further from the truth. Fats are urgently important for hormone health. They're important for skin health. They're important for heart health. They're important for brain health. By the way, coconut oil, more and more we're learning about coconut oil and MCTs, medium chain triglycerides, that make up maybe 20 to 60% of coconut oil, depending on who you ask, are very important for brain health, very important for folks dealing with Parkinson's dementia, Parkinson's disease, or Alzheimer's disease. I'm not going to get too much into the whole thing about good fats and bad fats. I just want to talk about the good fats. The good fats come in two varieties. They call them saturated and unsaturated. The bad fats are the processed fats. The good fats are saturated and unsaturated. They're natural fats. You got to be a little bit careful with the liquid fats, the unsaturated fats. This is where oils get a bad reputation, and this is where nutritionists that I respect and healthcare practitioners that I respect, some have gotten the idea that somehow you should be staying away from these things, and I don't agree. Even though I respect these guys, even though I respect these naturopaths and nutritionists who are saying this, and some of my friends are saying this, I don't agree. There are so many wonderful benefits that not only from a biochemical or a chemical perspective these oils have in them. And there's not only is it omega-6 oils and omega-3 oils that you get from, or omega-6 fats and omega-3 fats that you get from these oils, super duper important, but I've seen the results with my own eyes. I've seen menstrual cramps disappear and fat cravings disappear and skin health issues disappear and dry skin go away when people start to use these kinds of oils that are supposedly verboten, they're supposedly forbidden. So I can't buy into the idea that you have to avoid oils. But what I can buy into, and what I do agree with, is you have to be very careful with these unsaturated liquid oils, especially vegetable oils that are rich in omega-6 and omega-3 fats. Your nutritional oils, you have to be very careful with them. And when I say careful, I mean you got to keep them in the refrigerator. They need to be in a dark bottle. And you want to use them fresh. And you want to keep them away from oxygen. So away from light, away from oxygen, and in a cold place, and you want to use them fresh. Under those circumstances, there's too many health benefits to using these kinds of oils for me to tell you that you want to stay away from them. I don't agree with a lot of my friends who are nutritionists and naturopaths who tell you to stay away from these oils. We'll leave it at that for now. If you have questions, you can call us at 844-236-6010. That having been said, you do want to be careful with these kinds of oils. Supplementing with oils is not necessarily a problem because the gel caps protect the oil. But what we're talking about is bottled oils. There's a lot of controversy around essential fats, how much we need, the proportions, the relationships, and there's no consensus. Some people will tell you 1-to-1 between omega-3 and omega-6, your two essential fatty acids, and FYI, omega-9s are not essential fatty acids. I don't know why people think that, even though they're included oftentimes in EFA supplements and essential fatty acid supplements. Omega-9, technically called oleic acid, is not, repeat, not an EFA, not an essential fatty acid. Here's something else for you. DHA and EPA, the active ingredients, if you will, in fish oil, those aren't essential fatty acids either. The only two essential fatty acids are omega-3, or technically alpha-linolenic acid, we call it omega-3, and omega-6, alpha-linoleic acid. DHA and EPA are very important, especially for the eyes and the brain and the nervous system. Super important for babies. Fetuses in the womb need DHA and EPA. Moms should be supplementing with DHA and EPA, but they're not essential in the sense that your body can make them. This is the meaning of essential. Essential means you gotta have it because your body can't make it. DHA and EPA do not fit the bill. They're important, but they're not essential. The only essential omega-3 fatty acid is called alpha-linolenic acid, and it's found in seeds, particularly flax seeds. Chia seeds also are a good source of these. Hemp seeds too. Again, DHA, EPA are not essential fatty acids. And, by the way, omega-9, oleic acid, not an essential fatty acid. The only two EFAs are omega-3 and omega-6, alpha-linolenic and alpha-linoleic acid. Now, the ratios of the omega-3 to omega-6, nobody really knows how much you need. Some people will tell you, by the way, that you get too much omega-6s, and that's not true either. Because all the misunderstandings here in the world of fats. Yes, it's true that we get the grains and the foods and the vegetables that should have omega-6s in them, because most of us are eating our omega-6s from supermarket oils in a clear bottle, processed omega-6s, heated omega-6s, deep-fried omega-6s. We're not getting the omega-6s either. So if you're thinking, or you're under the illusion, or somebody told you that we get way more omega-6s than omega-3s and all you need to do is supplement with omega-3s, I'm not buying it, because we process and we cook our omega-6s so we don't get the benefits. Long story short, supplement with both. Get yourself on the ultimate EFAs. And again, just like there's no consensus on the ratios, the proportions of omega-6s to omega-3s, there's no consensus on how much we need. So what you want to do is you want to dose yourself to the point where you don't crave fatty foods. If you're a woman, you want to dose yourself to the point where you have nice, even periods. They're not heavy, you're not cramping, you don't have PMS issues. And you want to dose yourself to the point where you don't have dry skin. That's the only way to really know how much you're getting or if you're getting enough, is if your symptoms or if signs disappear. If you don't have any symptoms, don't have any signs, well, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 at night. There's really no way to know, folks. I wish I could tell you something more definitively. Same with the ratio, same with the proportion. Some people say 1 to 1, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1. There's no way to really know. At least 1 to 1 or 2 to 1. But you wouldn't, and that's omega-6 to omega-3.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, libertyoncall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to libertyoncall.org right now, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's libertyoncall.org.
There's a guy named Dr. Wallach who is anything but your typical doctor. Both a veterinarian and a naturopathic physician, Doc asks, why is this country spending more money on healthcare by far and ranking 50th in health and longevity worldwide? Doc believes that people should empower themselves with a basic understanding of nutrition, taking charge of their life, and attaining optimal health and longevity through nutrition, not by toxic pharmaceutical drugs that lead to side effects that require more expensive and toxic pharmaceutical drugs. Talk about being dependent on drug companies to our own destruction, no less. This is clearly a deadly recipe. Doc Wallach's message is resonating with an increasing number of Americans who are waking up to all the government and big pharma manipulation of our health and healthcare system. I like what Doc Wallach is saying and doing to enlighten people about healthcare, and I've joined forces with him to help this tireless crusader spread his message. Visit brightsideben.com and listen to Doc Wallach's deadly recipe lectures. It makes a lot of sense, and I invite you to join our Brightside Ben team. Go to brightsideben.com. That's www.brightsideben.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Ossick with Famous Footwear. Did you know that premature birth is the #1 killer of babies? That's why we support the March of Dimes in the fight against premature birth. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment programs, and outreach to help moms have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Learn how you can help save babies' lives at marchofdimes.org.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sam Nussbaum with the Anthem Foundation. Premature birth is the leading cause of death of babies and disabilities for children. That's why we support the March of Dimes to help mothers have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment and outreach to help moms during their pregnancy and give every baby a healthy start in life. Learn how you can help at marchofdimes.org.
Just want to review real quickly, if I confused anybody on this whole subject of essential fats. Point number one, whether or not essential fatty acids are unstable or oils that contain essential fatty acids are unstable, you still need them. That means use them fresh. Make sure they're stored in a cold place. Make sure they're in a dark bottle. And it's a good idea to make sure you're using vitamin E with your essential fatty acids. Point number two, vitamin E is protective. We'll talk about vitamin E here in a sec. Point number two, the ratio of omega-6s to omega-3s is unknown. Some people say you need 1 part omega-6 to 1 part omega-3. Some people say 4 parts omega-6 to omega-1 for every 1 part omega-3. There's no way to know. I'm going with 2 to 1, 4 to 1 in that ratio, in that ballpark. Omega-6 to omega-3, yes, you need more omega-6s than omega-3s, and that's point number 3. Whether you may hear that omega-6s are something you don't need, we get too much of them. The American diet is filled with oils that should contain omega-6s, and that's true, but they don't because we process them, we cook them, they're old. So, in my opinion, because omega-6s are actually, in a way, more important than omega-3s, omega-3s are primarily brain and eye and nervous system supportive. The cells in the body depend on omega-6s. You need more omega-6s than omega-3s. I'm going 2 to 1 to 4 to 1, somewhere in that ballpark. Point number 4, DHA and EPA are not omega-3. They're important, or not essential fatty acids. They're important, but they're not essential. The only 2 essential fatty acids come from grains and seeds. They're called omega-6s or alpha-linoleic acid, and then seed sources are your omega-3s, and that is alpha-linolenic acid. Fish oil contains DHA and EPA, so technically it is not essential. Fish oil, let me repeat that because that's probably freaking people out there. Fish oil contains DHA and EPA, which are urgently important, but not essential. So if you're using fish oil for your EFAs, switch over to flax, in my opinion. All right, now vitamin E is stupendously vital because it protects fats. So if you're going to use your EFAs, make sure you're taking some vitamin E too. And a lot of essential fatty acid capsule supplements will have vitamin E already in them for this reason. Vitamin E is super protective against fats. I use vitamin E in skincare. If I have to formulate for somebody, or when I had to formulate for other folks and they wanted oils, I never use oil in my skincare products, by the way. You don't need oil, but they're cheap, and a lot of marketers like to stick oil in their products. You can always tell a cheapo product, by the way, skincare product, if it's got sunflower oil or safflower oil or soy oil. These are crappy oils, and when they're in skincare products, they're typically already not acceptable for the food industry. They're already rancid. In any case, I used to use vitamin E in my skincare formulations because of its wonderful protective effects for fats, for EFAs particularly. So if you're going to use omega-6s and omega-3s and you're going to eat vegetable oils, which I recommend that you do a little bit at least, make sure you're using 400 international units a day of vitamin E. There's different kinds of vitamin E. We've talked about this in the past. Vitamin E protects not just fats in terms of supplements, but vitamin E protects the fats in your body. Vitamin E protects the fats in your brain. Vitamin E protects the fats in all your cells. Vitamin E is unbelievably protective for the heart and the nervous system and the organs of the body, as well as each individual cell. And vitamin E is also vitally important for skin health. We'll talk about the different forms of vitamin E, how you can use vitamin E for endometriosis and for fibromyalgia, pretty much for all health challenges, and especially for skin health issues. We'll talk about that on our next Bright Side episode. I want to get to the phones. 844-236-6010 is our number. We got a guest coming up at the bottom of the hour, Robin Shea from 80/20, Cooking with 80/20, which airs on the Paula D Network, and the author of the new ebook, Reinvent Your Life, 4 Steps to Change. Robin's going to talk to us about winterizing your workout. We'll do that in our next segment. Time to hit our phones. 844-236-6010 is our number. Rose, what's going on? Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Ben. My prayers and love for you. How would I say, and I mean it, I'm a prayer warrior. How would I say, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
About high cholesterol. I have a dear person that she lost her thyroid. I gave this testimony in the past. I prayed, and the Lord showed me that she was healed, but I told her, get a second opinion, using conventional wisdom. She didn't do it. She paid attention to a conventional doctor. They took the thyroid out, and
they took her thyroid out.
She didn't have any cancer anyway. She lost her thyroid.
Okay, well, that's one of the most tragic things that I see as a healthcare professional is people with no thyroid. And if you have your thyroid removed for something that's not cancerous, in other words, if you have your thyroid removed because it's hyperactive, which is typically the reason people remove their thyroid because of Graves' disease or hyperactive thyroid, hyperthyroidism, I want to say it's criminal. I don't want to. It really is. I don't know how a doctor can do that. I don't want to be alarmist here and all dramatic, but I don't know how a doctor can justify this. I don't know how a doctor can live with themselves for removing this unbelievably important structure in the body. It's hard to say. Okay, so I don't want to get in that because that's just going to make me mad. Without a thyroid, you're incredibly compromised. Incredibly compromised. Please, aside from your friend, hang on just a second, Rose. Aside from your friend, if you're even thinking remotely about removing your thyroid for anything less than cancer, please do not do it. And if your doctor is suggesting it, fire him. Get rid of him. Don't ever see him again. It's awful. Hyperthyroidism is an autoimmune disease, and it needs to be addressed, mostly an autoimmune disease, and it needs to be addressed in that fashion, not by removing the darn organ, or the gland, I should say.
But she didn't have cancer, but
I know.
That it was healed, but it was too late. She lost the
Okay,
thyroid.
all right. Well, I don't want to get into that because there's nothing we could do. You can't put it back in. Yeah. It's gone.
Now, high cholesterol, she says she has 366.
Oh, yeah, her whole body's going to be messed up. All her metabolic markers are going to be messed up without a thyroid. She can't clear cholesterol. She can't process cholesterol. Her liver isn't going to work correctly. Her digestive system isn't going to work correctly. She doesn't have a thyroid. It's like having a car with no carburetor or no fuel injector. It's like the regulating system of the body is now gone. So everything is going to be thrown off. So this is a woman, and anybody else, by the way, who's listening to this, who's had a thyroid removed, you're not going to put it back in, obviously, but what you can do is you can take pay extra super duper attention to your body. Really be vigilant about everything you do to your body without a thyroid. You have to do it anyway, but without a thyroid, you got to do it even more vigilantly. She should be eating as little as possible. Without a thyroid, your ability to process food, digest food, clear and purify food is going to be majorly compromised. You're going to run risks for all kinds of horrible diseases. So the less you put in your body, the better. And that means nutritionally supplementing. It's vital that you nutritionally supplement if you do not have a thyroid. You're still not going to be able to get maximum benefits from your supplements, but you'll mitigate the damage. You'll reduce the damage that's done by your so-called medical professional. Now, if you have cancer, that's different. But other than cancer, if you've had your thyroid taken out, you're in a world of hurt. That means you have to pay very close attention to everything you're doing. Very close. It's like having a baby who's crippled. Your body is like a baby, and now your body/baby is crippled. So what do you do? Well, first of all, aside from eating less food, you want to make sure that you're eating less sugar and less bread and less pasta and less rice and potatoes. Again, these are things we all have to do, but hang on, let me finish here, Rose. These are things we all have to do, but your friend has to do it with more vigilance. You have to be ultra conscious about calming the body down. Without a thyroid, you're already running on adrenal energy, which is your body's stress energy. So any kind of distress in the body is going to really throw the body into emergency mode, and you have to be very careful, calming the body down with massages and hot tubs and relaxation techniques, and most importantly, or urgently important.
Hey, Berkey guy here.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. Before we went to break, we were talking about what you do without a thyroid. You got to do the same thing everybody has to do, except you have to do it with more vigilance. Focus on digestive health. Caloric restriction is urgent. The thyroid regulates digestive health. The more you eat, the more greater the burden is on the body anyway, but without a thyroid, it's really high. So make sure you're eating as little as possible. Certainly make sure you're restricting your intake of sugar. Again, these are things we all have to do. You're reducing your intake of fast-burning carbohydrates, things that turn into sugar, bread, pasta, cereal, all the things we talk about. Make sure you're slow, deep breathing as often as you can think about it, certainly 2 or 3 times a day, 1 or 2 or 3 minutes each time. And then making sure you're doing everything you could do to activate the relaxation nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest and healing nervous system. That means massages and yoga, and aside from the deep breathing technique, progressive relaxation and Tai Chi, and anything, hot tubs, hot baths, anything you could do to relax the musculature. Certainly emotional and mental strategies are important as well. It's the same thing we all have to do, but you have to do it with extra vigilance. If you have your thyroid, do not, I repeat, do not let anybody take it out unless you have cancer, unless there's tumors or there's some kind of cancer going on in the gland itself. You want to keep that super uber important thyroid gland. Certainly not for Graves' disease or hyperthyroidism. That's not a reason to take your thyroid out. Okay, I hope I helped you out, Rose. Thanks so much, and God bless you and your friend. All right, time to talk to our guest, Robin Shea, star of the PBS and Paula Deen Network, 80/20 with Robin Shea, Cooking 80/20 with Robin Shea. She's also the author of the new ebook, Reinvent Your Life, 4 Steps to Change. We're going to talk about winterizing your workout. Welcome to the bright side, Robin Shea. How you doing? Good morning.
Hi, Ben. I love you. I love that you address the parasympathetic nervous system.
Oh, nice.
So up my alley.
Oh, I'm glad.
Go.
Thank you, Robin. Yes, we talk about the rest and digest nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system and sympathetic overdrive all the time on the bright side. So thank you for acknowledging that. So what's up? I've been working out my whole life, or my whole adult life anyway, and I never thought of winterizing my workout. So what's up with winter as opposed to summer, spring, or fall in terms of exercise?
Well, let me tell you, Ben, I have one teacher in my life, and that is Mother Nature. She lays out the best template for us to follow. If we were just more astute students, we would have just the perfect navigational system.
I love it.
Mother Nature truly is a navigational system, and I'll give you a really great example. Let's take onions, for instance.
Okay.
She provides us with a variety of onions. We have spring and summer onions, and they are generally milder in flavor, higher in water content. I relate everything back to food as a cook. So spring and summer onions are perfect for salads, sandwiches, to top on your hamburger because they're a little milder in flavor so you can eat them raw. But let's say the weather starts to change. Well, Mother Nature accommodates, and she provides us with a fall and winter onions, which are a little less in water content, much higher in flavor, so they're perfect for stews and roasting dishes.
Comfort foods.
Comfort foods. So Mother Nature recognizes that variety is the spice of life. And that if we just take the same approach with our fitness, that we can do a couple things. We can avoid some overuse injuries, and we can also avoid becoming stagnant and stale in our workout. Now, I personally have always had a workout regimen that rotated with the seasons. So, for instance, in the summer months, I'm a kayaker, I'm a biker, I'm a runner, and love my outdoor activities in the summer months. In the winter months, I train in my gym. I own a gym and train women all year long. But I take it outdoors in the summer. I bring it indoors in the winter.
Okay,
so
now
one
the
of the things that I teach... I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. One of the things I teach my students is to, if they can't make it to the gym or if the inclement weather is outside and they just can't work out outside, always have a backup plan, both in your fitness and your nutrition. So I have 3 tips that I'm going to share to winterize your workout. You ready for these?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Number 1, I love a subscription service. I subscribe to something called Gaiam TV.
I know Gaiam. I'm going to... Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know him really well, actually. You know Jay? Jay White? He's been on the program. He's a good friend.
Yes, fantastic. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
I love Gaiam. And
Gaiam TV.
About it,
Gaiam TV, Gaim, Gaiam TV. They're out of Broomfield, Colorado, right here in my neck of the woods.
That's right. And I love Gaiam because they literally have hundreds of workouts ranging from Tai Chi to yoga to even your body resistant workouts. So regardless of your fitness level, you can find something to accommodate your lifestyle. Plus, they offer, I believe, a 2-week free subscription, so you can test it out without a huge commitment up front to make sure that that's an avenue that you want to travel.
And that's just GuyMTV.com.
GuyMTV.com, absolutely. And
Okay.
I love them. I've been a subscriber for years to GuyM. But, of course, if you don't want a paid subscription, you can go the route of DVDs or apps. My main point here is have something in-home that you can do to pump that blood through your body and help your circulatory system deliver the nutrition that it needs to function at its optimal level. So that's my number 1 tip. My number 2 tip, when the weather starts to change, so the end of summer, beginning of fall, if you don't have a gym membership, you might consider a gym membership, but it's important that you get into the gym and familiarize yourself with the lay of the land, test the classes, dip your toe in the water, so to speak. Because if you have some gym intimidation, which many of us do, you don't want to wait until the winter sets in before you consider going to the gym. Because now you're dealing with a couple more factors. Not only is the weather demotivating, but now you have some intimidation. So that may be enough to stop you
What do you think
getting into the gym.
What do you think about using things like resistance bands at home, kind of things for people who don't like to go to the gym, doing kind of workouts at home, easy to implement workouts using exercise bands and various resistance kinds of devices?
Oh, I love that. The main thing is just move that blood through your body.
Yeah.
I don't care if you stand in place and march.
Rebounder? You know about rebounders?
Yeah,
Mini trampolines?
rebounders are fantastic. I have 2 rebounders at my gym.
Nice.
Anything that is going to move your blood through your body at a faster pace than you're used to for 20 minutes minimum, 5 days a week. It is so medicinal, far beyond just the physicality of your muscle tone and muscle structure. But for your brain health, you mentioned deep breathing earlier. That is the only way that we can, through those deep breathing exercises, a lot of people will tell you to meditate. But the science behind meditation is the oxygenation of that prefrontal cortex. And once we get that oxygen on that prefrontal cortex and we switch into that parasympathetic nervous system, we are tapping into our willpower reservoir.
Wow,
and
just
we
by
can
breathing.
elevate our living.
Just by breathing. Now, let me see if I understand what you just said. Just by oxygenation or by deep breathing, oxygenating the prefrontal cortex, you can enhance willpower?
You can enhance, absolutely. You can enhance.
So for quitting,
willpower.
for quitting things.
On that just a little bit further.
Well, hang on. We got to take a break, Robin. I want to hear what you have to say. We'll take a quick commercial. I want you to talk about if we can use oxygenation. I hadn't thought of that. Deep breathing techniques to quit smoking or to quit addictive behaviors. Hang on, Robin. We'll be right back. We're talking to Robin Shea, 80/20, Cooking 80/20 with Robin Shea, and the author of the new ebook, Reinvent Your Life, 4 Steps to Change. We'll be back on the bright side right after this. Okay, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. We're talking to Robin Shea. Cooking 80/20 with Robin Shea is her show on the Paula Deen Network, and also the author of the new ebook, Reinvent Your Life, 4 Steps to Change. Robin, before I forget, give out your website real quick if people want to buy the book or look into your work.
Well, absolutely. And Ben, just so you know, today the release of the ebook for your listeners is complimentary. So if they go to robinshea.com/ebook, they will not only get some fantastic recipes, but they will also get the release of the new ebook. So robinshea.com/ebook.
Thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. robinshea.com/ebook.
That's right.
Okay, so go ahead. Before we went to break, we were talking about what were we talking about here? You were in the middle of saying something, and I forgot what that was.
We were talking about oxygenating that prefrontal cortex, but we were
yes, for addictive behavior,
winterizing our workout.
For addiction, though, you were saying that's kind of intriguing to me. So, in other words, if you want to quit something, oxygenation of the prefrontal cortex, deep breathing can help?
Absolutely, because as you mentioned earlier, we have our sympathetic and our parasympathetic nervous system. Due to the stress level that most of us live under, we are operating most of the time from our sympathetic nervous system, which shunts a lot of the blood and oxygen away from our brain and into our extremities, away from our stomach and our organs and into our arms and legs for a quick reaction, even though our threats are not external threats. They're typically internal threats.
Our bills.
Because of a little wacky way that we perceive it, we're perceiving it as an external threat, so our sympathetic nervous system is reacting as such. When we calm our breathing down, when we do 5 minutes of excited walking, where we're walking at a nice pace, we do some deep breathing exercises, as little as 5 minutes, we are encouraging the shifting into the parasympathetic nervous system, and in turn, that oxygen is going to be shunted out of our arms and extremities, our arms and legs, back into our organs and into our brain, therefore stimulating the activity in our prefrontal cortex, allowing us to tap into our deep reservoir of willpower.
That is awesome.
Willpower is depletable, but we can stay in front of it by just calming ourselves. And you referred to the parasympathetic nervous system as the calming, healing nervous system. It absolutely is just that. And it's interesting to me, when we say a prayer before we enjoy a meal,
that's parasympathetic.
We are taking an opportunity to shift into our parasympathetic, which is going to allow that food to nourish our bodies better.
Yep. Gratitude, same way. Any of those, any of the virtues, really, right? Patience, gratitude, love.
The high vibration emotions.
That's awesome.
Where we live. If we can
that's where we should be.
With high emotion.
Yes, we should be parasympathetic 90% or more of the time.
Absolutely. That's awesome. I compare it to a little deer. You see a deer in the forest or in the woods, and they hear something, and they perk up. And they perk up very quickly. They've just shifted from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic. They're on guard. But then within 30 seconds, when they realize they're not in danger, they relax, and they go back to eating. But what we do as humans is we shift, and we stay shifted.
Right. I always think of, like, when you're scared, you go, and then you find out it's all a big joke, you go, like that.
Right.
And the first part is sympathetic, and the second part is parasympathetic. So I interrupted you, and I apologize for that. You said, do something at home, get like a video or plug into Gaim TV. You said, go to the gym and get the lay of the land. I love how you said that. Check out the machines and maybe look into a trainer or something, I suppose. And then what was the third tip you were going to give us?
The third tip is where my heart and soul is. And the third tip is to always remember that you can never out-train a crummy diet. As a fitness instructor, as someone that owns a gym, I hear the dialogue in my gym all the time, and the nutrition does not match the effort. So if you can keep your nutrition 80% healthy, living in your first-generation foods, your clean and healthy foods, always saving 20% for your guilt-free indulgence, you will be nourishing both your body and your spirit, and as a result, you will be balanced and whole, and you will come out on the other side of winter raring to go for a full activity-packed spring and summer.
Okay, talk to me about, and we only have a few more minutes, talk to me about when you're eating, I suppose you probably agree with this, you want to eat dense, nutritionally dense foods. What are some power foods that people can eat that will be easy on the calories but high on the nutrition?
Well, of course, any of your dark, leafy green vegetables are going to be fantastic. Onions are actually wonderful for gut health, which is so very important, especially in the winter months because we're indoors. We have the heating systems going, so we're dehydrated, which just kind of makes us a little more sluggish, the whole circulatory system a little more sluggish anyway. So gut health through the winter months is very, very important. So things like onions, your fresh fruits and vegetables, as long as you keep your nutrition first generation, meaning that as few ingredients as possible, as close to nature as possible, you're going to be doing good. Also, I love juicing. So that tends to put so much nice, rich fiber into my life that helps keep the system moving as it should be.
Very nice. Soups, too, I imagine, and smoothies?
Oh, soup. Huge soup fan.
Yeah.
But more importantly than anything else, stay in front of your nutrition, meaning that always have satiating snacks on hand, nuts, some nice whole grains, lean proteins. Make sure that you eat those together as well as your healthy fats for just optimal digestion, slow optimal digestion. And always stay a step ahead of your hunger because hunger really is our number one enemy against lifestyle reinvention. When
real hunger?
Hungry,
you're talking about real hunger or mental hunger? Real hunger, like when you really need to eat, or emotional, mental hunger?
You know what? It doesn't really matter. It comes across as hunger. So if you can just stay one step ahead, do your deep breathing, eat snack every 2 to 3 hours is on just your nice satiating snacks so that you're one step ahead of your hunger. In my Inspired Change workshops that I teach a two-part process. One is the law of inspiration, which is really the only state that you ever want to make healthy lifestyle change within. And the second part is my four-step reinvention process. A lot of folks will want me to make them a diet plan. And I'm happy to do that, but I'm also very quick to point out to them that that's really a phase 2 activity. Phase 1 is tapping into inspiration. And once I can get them to tap into their inspiration, they'll want to create their own diet plan.
Now, when you say tap into your inspiration, you mean find out what inspires you?
When I'm referring to tap into your inspiration, I'm talking about just some basic principles, the laws of inspiration that will help you tap into the inspired change that is necessary to really have long-term positive change in any area of your life that you want to see change directed, whether it's your health and nutrition, your finances, your relationships, just your overall happiness. How to use certain laws and principles that are in place and unchangeable to shift your priorities and tap into the focus that you need.
No, you got me all curious now. How do I find out about the laws of inspiration? We got to go here. You're not going to leave me hanging. Is this on your in the ebook?
No, I'm not going to leave you hanging. If you will log on to robinshea.com/book, I will feed you everything you need to stay inspired and make the lifestyle changes you need.
Well, you fed us all kinds of good stuff here, Robin Shea. You're quite a cook. You're a spiritual and emotional mental cook as well as a physical cook, I suppose.
Well, thank you, Ben. That is such a compliment.
Well, no, this was quite an inspiring half hour. I appreciate it very much. Do you talk about this on the air on the Paula Deen Network too when you're doing your cooking stuff?
Well, you can get all of my programming, and I do tap into a lot of the inspirational aspects of lifestyle change through my television program. So you will get bits and pieces of that. But my workshops travel the country. So
when you're in Colorado, when are you going to be in Colorado?
You know, if enough viewers in the Colorado area download the ebook, then you better believe I will be there in the spring.
And where are you from? Where are you out of? Where's your home base?
I am home based in Bowling Green, Kentucky, but I tell you what, I've got all my boys are in Colorado right now doing what they do. They love the mountains.
Your kids, you mean?
No, they love the mountains.
No, but you're talking about your children live here in Colorado?
My husband and my children just went on a trip to Colorado.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
They just pulled out yesterday. They spend 2 weeks in the fall in Colorado every year.
Well, they're going to love it. They're going to love it. It's beautiful out here in the fall. Robin, it's been a total pleasure talking to you. So the website's robinshea.com, and the book is /ebook.
At robinshea.com /ebook, and they can get on my mailing list, get the ebook downloaded, and some fantastic recipes.
That was a total pleasure half hour. Thank you so much, Robin. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Great to talk to you. Hope we talk again soon.
Thank you, Ben.
Take care.
Thank you, Ben.
Okay, that was Robin. Thank you. Take care. That was Robin Shea. Her show is Cooking 80/20 with Robin Shea on the Paula Deen Network. robinshea.com /ebook for a free ebook. Thanks, Robin. Appreciate it. That's all the time we have for today. Have an awesome, wonderful, spectacular day. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
Most of us already know that taking a fish oil supplement to boost omega-3s is a good idea. But did you know that about 60% of Americans are actually deficient in omega-3s? Did you know that most fish oil products contain only about 25% omega-3s and the remaining 75% is undesirable fish fat? Heck, did you know that more than 90% of fish oil supplements sold in the USA are not even made here? If you want to boost your omega-3s using the finest American-made fish oil, check out Nutrigold Fish Oil Supplements on www.fishoil.best. Nutrigold fish oils are independently 5-star certified and guaranteed to be exceptionally pure. That means no more fish burps. Best of all, just one Nutrigold fish oil capsule contains more omega-3s than 4 standard fish oil capsules. Go to www.fishoil.best or call 888-920-1497 and use promo code BESTFISHOIL to get a free 1-month supply. That's www.fishoil.best or call 888-920-1497.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, libertyoncall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to libertyoncall.org right now, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's libertyoncall.org.
Did you know that select musical tones have the power to heal? By listening to 7 amazing songs that contain these tones, you can experience the power of music therapy.
I used to work in a pretty stressful atmosphere, but I started using the whole tones in the office, and I'm experiencing more focus, motivation, peace, and better relationships.
WholeTones99.com is a unique music therapy program featuring 7 secret ancient healing frequencies uncovered in the music of King David. Now you too can unlock the healing secrets of the Bible, as we are offering a free sample of this music so that you can discover their power to heal, relieve stress, and break negative cycles.
I use the tones to calm my 5, 3, and 2-year-olds to stop the fighting, and it works.
Now you can experience the healing music therapy in the comfort of your own home or office. Visit WholeTones99.com and get a free song. Visit WHOLETones99.com today for your free song. That's WholeTones99.com. WholeTones99.com.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Does being over 40 make you feel like half the man you used to be? Do you feel more tired, out of shape, not in the mood like you used to be? Thanks to an exclusive formula, you can help boost testosterone levels safely and naturally. Introducing Ageless Male, a life-changing supplement for men tested to help increase testosterone levels.
You'll notice a boost in your energy levels. Workouts work, sex life improves. It's like a light switch goes on.
Try Ageless Male risk-free if you would like to experience what taking Ageless Male can feel like. Support for healthy, normal testosterone levels, healthy energy, and increased performance, and more romance when you want it.
Call 1-800-327-4821. That's 1-800-327-4821. 800-327-4821. 800-327-4821. That's 1-800-327-4821.
Wait a minute. Don't spend a dime on emergency food storage until you visit ReadySupplyFoods.com. If you're interested in getting the most high-quality food for your money, then see our comparison page where we list all the companies and rank them by value for your dollar. You'll see that Ready Supply Foods sells 50% more food for your money than any other company. GMO-free, 25-year shelf life, great tasting, and free shipping. Make an informed decision by going to ReadySupplyFood.com today.
Unfiltered tap water. Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
The human body is more than 60% water. Your brain and muscles are 75% water, and your blood is 92% water. Water is vital to your body, and alkalizing your water is the key to keep it running at its best. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops keep your entire body healthy, boosts energy, promotes weight loss, and even fights cancer. Call 800-518-7615 or go to alkavision.com to find out more. That's ALKAvision.com.
Howdy folks, Pharmacist Ben here, nutritional pharmacist and skincare chemist. If you've heard me on my daily health and wellness program, The Bright Side, you know I'm on a mission to spread the good news about the power of nutritional supplementation to correct your healthcare challenges and get you feeling vital and healthy once again. I want you to call 877-279-9422 and check out the powerful, affordable line of nutritional products from Youngevity, the ones I take and the ones I recommend. That's 877-279-9422 or go to www.gcnminerals.com. Why simply mask your symptoms with toxic pharmaceutical drugs when you can address causes with vitamins and minerals? I suggest the Healthy Start Pack. It gives your body the essential 90 nutrients it needs. Most people notice a difference right away. You can sign up to help me spread the good news of health and wellness without drugs and maybe make a little money too. And while you're there, don't forget to check out my important video message. That's gcnminerals.com or call 877-279-9422. And remember, friends, good nutrition is good medicine.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, veterinarian and naturopathic physician. The Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy with an important message. Take charge of your health. Do not continue to blindly follow the system that has failed us all. I appreciate GCN listeners because you're open-minded and intelligent. If our system is so great, why is it that the United States, the USA, ranks nearly 60th worldwide in longevity and number 1 in obesity? All the while we spend more money than all the other countries combined annually on unnecessary healthcare procedures and toxic drugs. It doesn't take much to get on track. Not with the government or pharmaceutical companies, but rather you in control of your own health with a basic understanding of nutrition and supplementation. FDI Longevity has the finest quality health, sports, and energy supplements available. GCN listeners are invited to join our team of people who want to stay healthy well into old age. We are currently looking for specialists to represent FDI Longevity and save America. To buy products at wholesale prices or join our business team, go to gcnteam.com. That's gcnteam.com. Support GCN. Get healthy.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, libertyoncall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to libertyoncall.org right now for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's libertyoncall.org.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.